Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday. For those of you lucky enough to be joining us live, it is currently 8:30 a.m. on this beautiful Monday morning. How are you doing? Central European time, of course, for those of you international listeners or you angelic podcast beings. I don't know where it is. I don't know where you are, sorry. I don't know what time it is, but I am very grateful for you. How are you doing out there, guys? If you want to join us live and participate in the content of today's show, you can do that at twitch.tv/Professional Bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. Or you can join us with all the activities we do outside of the show on my Instagram at Professional Bohemian as well. Joining us right now, we have Born to Iron Man, Nessa Vanessa, Vero, Coco Lavender, Min, Mr. Cruzando, The Bridge. Oh my God, guys, how are you all doing? Okay, very quickly, what is happening in today's show? Well, I asked 100 humans on the way to work today what they would do first if they were stranded on a desert island. Then we go to Complete the News, where we look at the health benefits of aloe vera. Aloe, you say in Spanish, right, Natch? Aloe. Oh, aloe. I don't know, man. Aloe. No, aloe. Right. Aloe. Thank you, dude. Then we look at how a Florida man got a flesh-eating bacteria. Oh, my God. But that's in the second half of the show. We've got a great unpopular opinion today. A controversial one. A truly unpopular one, Natch. People are going to hate me today. I look forward to it. Your tears are delicious, and your anger only makes me more powerful. How are you doing out there anyway, guys? So that's that. That's what's coming up in today's show. All that fun in a second. Right now, I'm here, you're here. Let's see what's going on in the world. How are you doing, Natch?
Very well, thank you.
So how was your birthday celebration?
Well, nice. I celebrated it at home. I didn't do anything special.
And then you had a picnic on Sunday, right?
Yes, very, very nice. Very, very nice to meet people in the Feria del Libro.
Nice.
At the Feria del Libro.
Nice. Mine was okay. I went to the Guns N' Roses concert. That was epic. Then after that, my friend Crystal arrived from Washington. So I spent some time with her on Saturday morning. And then then yesterday afternoon, went to grab a coffee. She came to see the dogs, man. She came to see the dogs. Let's get that straight. She said, "Can I have a key to your house for while you're at work so I can walk the dogs?" I know the pecking order in my house. It's the dogs first, me second. Aloe vera, says the bridge. Thank you. And thank you guys for showing up today. How are you doing? Okay, a quick reminder, guys. This is going to be the last ProBoh Show until Friday. Why? Because Mr. Richard Vaughan is here live tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30. Okay, guys? So if you want some more ProBoh Show type stuff, you'll still have the lunchtime show every day. Don't panic. Lunchtime show is still around with Andrea and I, and maybe on Wednesday evening I will do a special show depending if I've got time. Yeah, it's very intense work right now here in the office. And with all that said, with all that cleanup done, let's see what's going on in the world. All right, here we go. Here's an interesting piece of news from. Not the most reputable news source, but it is true. I did verify. A boy of 14 who is about to graduate high school has already been hired by Elon Musk's SpaceX. A 14-year-old boy. So this coming from Unilad. No, but it is a true story. Here we go. Elon Musk's SpaceX has offered a job to a 14-year-old who is set to be the youngest ever graduate from Santa Clara University with a degree in computer science and engineering at 14 years old, Natch. He's got a degree in computer science and engineering. The kid is called Karen Quasi. Quasi's from the Bay Area around San Francisco. noticed he was different from his peers in 3rd grade and was recognized by his teachers, parents, and pediatrician for his accelerated learning ability. This enabled him to skip grades and advance faster than other students. Natch, would you be happy if your kid was like that, like gifted like that?
I don't think so.
I was about to say, is it not a little bit of a curse? You know, number one, he's probably, at this age, already more intelligent than his parents. You know, which makes disciplining him kind of like weird. Look, you've got to clean your room. Actually, I don't. I don't know. And then also, kind of, doesn't that rob them of a childhood somehow? You know, the social aspect of school. I don't know. I feel weird about this. I don't know if I A, had a child and B, if he was gifted. Knowing my genes, it's probably not going to be the case. But if I was to have a child and he was gifted, I don't know. I would see that as some kind of a curse, really. Because you've got to imagine it'll impact him socially speaking. You know, around his peers and people of his own age. Let's see what people are saying. Nessa, don't be so sure, Rob. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach and his dogs. Crystal's vegan, so it's not happening. You don't get through my stomach with a lettuce leaf, let me tell you. Cristobal gifted me one some years ago. I panned the garden. I don't know what you're writing there, Bridge. I'm sorry. The garden is now overrun by aloe vera. You planted it in the garden. Okay. Yes, Rossi, the cleaning lady, is in the background for those of you. I can see. Let's see. Sorry, mate. I'm late. Good morning, Pedro. Pedro was also at the Guns N' Roses concert, man. It got 10% more handsome when he arrived. So yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about this, because for me, like, if you were like education, okay, let's roll back the conversation a little bit. Education hasn't changed since the Industrial Revolution. That can be experienced by the weird tradition in its evolutions. For example, you know what I mean? It's all very procedural. Child arrives, bell goes, begin learning. Another bell, outside, another bell. It's like a factory, man. It's like a learning factory. Probably one of the only pluses to this education system is the fact that out there you can socialize and develop communication skills. You know, this is one argument I have against homeschooling. Homeschooling being when you teach your kids things at home, which I question its efficacy. You know, teaching kids in your own home. What the hell? I mean, what would my child ever learn from me? But anyway, that's beside the point. So, taking away this real important social aspect of the education system for me is just bonkers. It's crazy. And this is undoubtedly going to happen with this, as someone just said in the chat there, this real-life Sheldon Cooper, this 14-year-old boy who already has a degree in engineering and computer science and already a career path planned out. At 14 years old, man, I was already trying my first drugs. This poor kid is missing out on all of that. Wow. Sad but true. Sad but true. The show was epic, but I have to say the sound wasn't great. Oh, it was great where we were. We were quite close to the stage. The sound was epic. Oh, dude. And you know what? Someone said to me this weekend, how was Axl Rose? You know, because he's an older guy and his style of singing. I'm like, I think, you know, he sounds amazing. He sounds amazing, but he looks like a desperate housewife. A lot like a lot of these aging rockers now. Okay, anyway. So yeah, story of a 14-year-old boy there who's about to graduate high school and go straight to a job at SpaceX. But it is worrying, you know, to see kids like that, you know, kind of losing out on their childhood. But then again, you know, maybe his existence is more important to society, you know. Maybe he is more important than, you know, his experience, I guess. Let's see. Let's continue. Okay, let's look at Google's new AI search. This story coming from tomshardware.com. The plagiarism engine. Plagio, I think you say in Spanish, right? For plagiarism.
Nivelazo.
Natch. Monday morning, first 10 minutes of the show. First nivelazo. That's how we roll around here. So, a plagiarism engine. Google's content swiping meaning stealing, AI could break the internet. Some good discussions to be had around this subject. Sometimes I thought I was seeing Elton John, especially at the piano, says Pedro. Yeah. Do you think that was a wig that Axel was wearing? Could be. I don't know. I know he kicked ass, man. I was very happy to see him. Okay, so Google is experimenting with a feature called Search Generative Experience, SGE, which uses AI to generate search results that amalgamate data from multiple sources. So it basically takes data and kind of combines it. So taking data there, scraping data from various different internet pages and compiling it to look like one piece of information. Instead of presenting links to original content, the search generative experience answers that may be directly copied from various sites. These results often appear before any organic search results, which users must scroll down to find. Google, Natch, for me, are you still a Google user? Do you use Google primarily as your search engine?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Google, for me, is ruining its own search experience. It's ruining its own search experience. And it's also kind of, in a way, I agree with this article from Tom's Hardware. It's breaking the internet. Number one, you search for something. You already have to scroll past adverts. You know, the adverts are at the top. If you click on one of those, by the way, if you search for something on Google, the first three things you see all the time are adverts. So you're not actually getting an organic search result there. Now, with this SGE, Search Generative Experience, now you are basically, you scroll through the ads, then you scroll through all the text before you can get to a link to click on. Is that important to you, to be able to access the actual website source? Or is it more important to you to get the information? That's a question, Natch. That's a question for you. What is more important to you, to click through to see the source of the information? Or is the answer the only important thing to you? Yeah, it depends. Right, that's a big question, right?
Both, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say it was a piece of news. So schools in Madrid are closed on Friday of next week. Now, you're searching Google. There is the compiled information at the top. Quite often they give you a snippet from a web page. Do you trust that, or do you need to go to an official page?
I need to go to an official page.
Me too, but I will roll that even out even further for me with my weird obsessive compulsive need to garner more information. I always go through the links to kind of find where the actual grain of truth is, or where that information is coming from. So yeah, it's worrying to me that this is in some way going to break how we use the internet, or at least change how we use the internet. Like, I don't use ChatGPT as I would use a search engine. So it's worrying for me. I would ask you guys to answer that question too. What's more important for you? To actually travel to web pages, or just to receive an answer directly from Google? What's more important to you? How do you use the internet? I mean, I specifically use Google as a research tool, or as a search tool, and a spell check. Most of my Google search history is just difficult words to spell. I'm going to be honest with you. So this is interesting. Now, project yourself into the future. If this search generative experience actually gets adopted by more and more companies, why do we need web pages at all? That puts all the power of the web into the search engine companies, Bing, Google, and we don't really need to be writing any content whatsoever. The internet is changing, Natch, and the way we use it is going to have to change with it. I don't think this is a particularly good evolution. So obviously the idea of taking content from other sites and displaying it on the front page of Google is causing concern for content creators because they are calling this new system a plagiarism engine. Un motor de plagio. Oh, God, Natch. Jeez Louise. I didn't even have any breakfast this morning. Second coffee, though, Natch. Second coffee. That's what that does. It's magic. So, yeah, it's causing concerns of content creators having their content plagiarized on the front page of Google in search. Let's see what people are saying in reaction to that question. Hi, I usually want immediate answers, but I understand that isn't the right thing to do. AI makes mistakes. Exactly, Coralism. That was from Coralism. Exactly, AI has been known to hallucinate. Remember we spoke about a news story about a lawyer, un abogado, un lawyer, who, un lawyer, I just said. Spanglish, man. That's Spanglish. A tope. We spoke about a lawyer who prepared his case using ChatGPT, and ChatGPT filled in all the case histories with just invented things. And I argued this wasn't a story about how ChatGPT lies. It was a story about how lazy that lawyer is. Because it's a tool. Let's see. Min says, I want Google to link me to a different page because they usually have links connected to them to sources, etc. The Google automatic answer to your question generally doesn't have any source to it, and I've seen it be wrong before. Yes, me too, actually. Me too. I think it's incredibly important that Google acts as a gateway and not a source of content itself. Now, like Google are not immune to disappearing. I think a lot of people think Google is the internet, but it's not immune to disappearing. Before Google, Ask Jeeves was the gateway to the internet, you know. But the Google algorithm eventually won out. Yahoo was the gateway to the internet. And that could change. Let's see. Evolution that takes us forward towards monopoly is not good, says the Bridge. Can we get Bridge there? A ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
And finally, so yeah, that's that. Again, guys, all these links will be available in my Patreon, and we'll get to those, and you can access those on patreon.com. Again, Professional Bohemian. All right. The Reddit Blackout. Do you ever use Reddit, Natch?
No, never.
Wow. They call it the front page of the internet. It is the one and only thing I check daily. It is my favorite source of information. It's user-curated content. Now, people always ask me, what's the Spanish equivalent? And really, there is none. The closest you could get is maybe Foro Coches. Vendo Opel Corsa. No, the closest you can get is Foro Coches. But it's not the same. It's not the same. Basically, every meme, every funny video you see on your Reels or TikTok, every interesting kind of story about... I really love these Reels, these short-form videos about stories from people's lives. I caught my husband cheating with my sister. All that kind of thing comes from Reddit. And Reddit are experiencing a blackout right now. A lot of users are stopping using the platform. A lot of pages have gone dark. Why? Well, because Reddit they're in a move to try and save money. They've already cut costs. They've recently laid off. They've recently fired 5% of their staff. And they have now charged, or they are charging to developers to access, to access their API. An API basically is a bit of technology that allows one program to access a page on the internet. Okay? So if you're an app developer and you want to put Reddit content in your app, you would access the Reddit API. I hope that makes sense. I'm not a huge tech guy, so it's hard for me to explain exactly what an API does. But yeah, they're charging an exorbitant amount to use that API. And as a protest, a lot of users of Reddit have stopped using the platform for a short time, and a lot of the most popular Reddit subreddits. Subreddit is a community within the Reddit ecosystem. A lot of subreddits have gone dark for at least 2 days. But Reddit are standing strong and saying, no, we are not going to change our policy. And why is this important? Because you'll see this is, the writer strike in the US, Natch, that is affecting all your favorite TV shows and movies that are delaying seasons. This is the internet version of that. Because any sourced internet programming or any stream or anything like BuzzFeed, all these kind of easy to consume articles, they all come from Reddit. They all come from Reddit. Let's see what people are saying. Google has many answers, but not all of them are correct or 100% reliable. Agreed, Vero. All right, guys, on that note, we're going to go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, friends, what is an unpopular opinion? It's a brain fart, un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental. I share it with you on my social media. That's specifically Instagram, @professionalbohemian, bohemio profesional. You can find it there. You can interact with the content there, vote on it. But the people who really make the final decision on whether it's accurate or not are the people who join me live in the show. That's Vero, The Bridge, Min, Corliss, and Pedro, all the good people in the chat. They are going to vote. Today's unpopular opinion, Natch, is pools, piscinas. I've been told I pronounce that word like a child, so I'm trying to do it manly. Piscinas. Piscinas are a waste of water and should be banned. Woo! How do you think people voted on Instagram, Natch?
False.
False. Yeah, by a little or by a lot?
By a lot.
By a lot, yeah. I almost got death threats. Pedro from Instagram said, no, please. How am I supposed to swim in Madrid? Summer in Madrid without a pool is hell on earth. True story. I haven't been to a pool in Madrid in maybe 15 years. Why? Because it's basically human soup, just like a bath. It's just a bigger version of human soup. It's weird and gross. But we're not talking about its hygiene. We're talking about it being a waste of water. Okay, let's go through the pros, los pros y contras, the pros and cons of this debate, as provided to us by the ProBoh Show, Enslaved Elves. Here we go. So, in agreement with the statement that pools are a waste of water and should be banned, pools require significant amounts of water to fill and are constantly refilling due to evaporation, and it can put a strain on local water supplies. This is particularly relevant in drought-prone areas, which I would say, Natch, we here in Spain, for an international listener, we produce the show in Madrid, Spain. And there has been talks of a water crisis, has there not, Nacho, for the last God knows how long? I mean, I know it rained for 5 minutes last week and everybody got sick of the rain. But there is still a water crisis here in Spain. Point number 2. Chemicals used in pools, such as chlorine, can harm local ecosystems if they leach into the ground or local water sources. I know, I can see the furrow of worry on Nacho's face. What is this bald guy doing? I love my pool. And no, he's saying no. Okay, here we go. And finally, energy consumption. Maintaining pool temperatures and cleanliness requires energy, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. All right, that's the weakest argument. Elves. Okay, and finally, so disagreeing with this point, saying no. Pools should not be banned. They are not a waste of water. Okay. Pools serve as a source of exercise and leisure, or leisure, depending on where you're from, promoting physical and mental health. They also provide a space for social interaction. Another point here, pools provide a controlled environment where individuals can learn to swim, a vital life skill that promotes safety near water bodies. If you've got the ocean near you, you do not need a pool. You'll learn to swim there. Do you not find it ridiculous that people need to learn to swim in a pool? But then, if sea levels rise, you're going to be swimming in the ocean. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to continue. Finally, pool industry supports numerous jobs, from pool construction and maintenance to swim instruction and lifeguarding. Banning pools could lead to job losses in these areas. Dude, aren't lifeguards at pools like 16 years old anyway? They just go find a random 16-year-old and say, make sure no one dies. Isn't that what lifeguarding is? Come on. All right. So there you go. That's the unpopular opinion for today. Pools are a waste of water. That's what I propose. They're a waste of water and should be banned. Oh, I see lots of juicy comments in the chat. Do keep those coming. Right now, I'm going to post a poll, and you guys are going to tell me, should pools be banned? Are they a waste of water? We'll get into this discussion when we get back. I'll read you a lot of messages I received upon posting this. Friends, so many things you could have been doing today, but instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with Natch and I, and it means the world. See you soon. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. How are you doing out there, guys? If you just tuned in, what were we talking about? We quickly spoke about the Reddit outage, which is kind of the internet version of the writer strike. The Reddit blackout that is happening due to costs. Reddit cutting costs and trying to earn money through the use of their API, the tool that allows other sites to communicate with Reddit's content. Then we looked at some opinions there about Google. When we spoke about Google, how we use it, how the new changes in AI or artificial intelligence technology is changing the way we use technology in a dangerous way, I think, for me, in a dangerous way. And then finally about the 14-year-old boy who's been hired by SpaceX. And we asked the question, should we not be concerned for this kid's mental state, for his childhood? Is he losing it? Or due to his intelligence, has his personal evolution maybe grown past that? Maybe he doesn't want to be with other 14-year-olds. He's got a computer science degree. What's he going to do? He's going to play Pokemon. And then we went into today's unpopular opinion, and that is where we still are, my friends. Let me get to some, before I get to the comments in the chat, of which there are plenty. Oh my god, the poll is finished. You guys seem quite resolute in your answer. Okay, so before we go there, I wanted to read some comments I had from people on the interwebs. Faye says, from an environmental perspective, pools do consume a lot of water and constrain local resources, but I don't think an outright ban is necessary. Better regulations and sustainable designs could be a solution. Nat, are you a pool goer? Do you like pools?
Not really.
Me neither.
I have one in my block, but
you never use it.
Yes. When my kids want to go, I go. But
yeah, it's mainly for kids and the beautiful. That's why I just stay away. No one wants to see me in a bathing suit, man. If I'm at a beach, laid out, like people come and pour buckets of water on me, they think I'm just a whale that's accidentally beached. They roll me back into the ocean. No, me neither, man. I mean, me neither. Pools are for kids and for the beautiful, and I fall into neither category. Let's see. Jake said, pools aren't just about water usage. They're about leisure and family time. Instead of banning, let's focus on eco-friendly options like rainwater harvesting or water recycling systems. Okay, fair play, Jake. That's some good comments. Sophia says, well, I see health benefits of swimming. Pools provide low-impact exercise, and banning them could limit access to this. Come on, Sophia. There are no other ways to have low-impact exercise. Just swimming. Jeez, come on. We'll get into this in a second, but thanks for the comment. And finally, Liam, interesting debate. It's about utilitarianism, the greatest good. If pools bring joy to many, does it outweigh the environmental cost? Food for thought. No. If you're having to make a choice between your own happiness and the planet, I think the planet wins. Hey, that's just me. Maybe I'm being dumb. Okay, let's see what people were saying in the chat because it was interesting. The Bridge says, Rob, you are not a water person, are you? You are not a water person. Bridge, yeah, I am essentially a land mammal. So, I don't spend an excessive amount of time under the sea like SpongeBob. So, yeah. I mean, I wasn't born. I know so many people are born with this, like, oh, I've got the water in my blood. I need to be in the water, near the water. I was not born with that instinct, sadly. You should check natural swimming pool in Thecedia. Amazing, says Mr. Cruzando. I've been to lots of natural lakes and the Pantano and not the dam. What do you call it in Spanish? In English. Well, I've been to lots of natural swimming areas in Madrid, and they are beautiful, beautiful. But thank you for that, Mr. Cruzando. Pedro says, understanding the environmental arguments, but swimming is a healthy and important sport. If the argument was in favour of removing a pool just for recreation, then I'd support it. But we cannot deprive places without a coast from swimming. So, you would be in favour of banning recreational pool, because let's face it, a lot of people who go to the pool, I've been to the pool, I've been forced to go to the pool, and my job has been, just to sit at the edge of the pool, read a book, go to my happy place, and wait until the people that I'm with want to leave. That's my pool experience, friends. Let's see. No, says the Bridge. Oh my God, there's a Rob in the background. Yeah, sorry, I went to get a coffee. My bad, guys. There are many ways to keep in shape, but I think swimming is the most complete one, says Vero. I mean, you guys are very pro swimming. I can see this. Being born without fins and gills, being a land mammal, essentially, I've stayed in shape in the past via running, lifting weights, that kind of thing. I know. Look, I don't want to poo-poo. Look, we have a great phrase in English for my international people. I don't want to yuck your yum. Yuck es la frase cuando tienes asco de algo. Yuck. Ugh. I don't want to yuck your yum. I think the best translation for yum is ñam in Spanish. I don't want to yuck your yum if your thing is swimming, but I mean, for me, there are better ways to get exercise. Ways that consume way less of the water supply. Guys, a month ago, we were all talking about the desertification of Spain. How the country in which 90% of the people listening to this right now live. We were all talking about it's turning into a desert. Don't flush your toilet too much. Hey, guys, how about we get rid of pools? No, you're a monster. Come on, friends. Come on. Someone has to say it. Let's see. Let's continue. Min, I think it depends on the location. I don't care if your Arabian city in the middle of the desert doesn't have a swimming pool option or a swimming option. It probably shouldn't. That's a waste of money and resources. Coralism, swimming pools are disgusting if you think about it. Agreed. They are disgusting. It's like human soup. It's gross. They are disgusting if you think about it, but they're a relief at 40 degrees, especially for children. Look, what are your children doing outside of the mines? In the summer, they should be in the cool mining environment, depleting the Earth's natural resources and bringing money into the household. Right, Natch? He's nodding. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Pedro, I'm looking in the pool in my urbanización, in his block. His pool is 25 meters length and pretty empty. But I agree, too much water for myself only. The good thing is we get it from a well, from a pozo, a well. Geez, Natch, I know, I'm surprised too with all this amazing vocabulary falling out of my mouth this morning. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But again, that water from the pother, from the well, could be used for other things. But I agree. I mean, look, this is a debate, and I've taken a very black and white stance here for the show. But we'll get into my actual opinion later. Min, the real opinion here is golf courses are a waste of water. Yeah, I mean, golf course is also a real waste of water, in my opinion, and much more elite than what would be a swimming pool. I mean, that is like, look, we've got this beautiful green area where you can walk around and hit a ball, but only if you're rich. And I know a lot of you out there are saying you don't have to be rich to enjoy golfing. Whatever. So it's a debate for another day. It's called Tough Love, Rob, says me. The bridge. Also, pools are handy for putting out wildfires. That's actually true. I've heard about that. In California, no, they used pool water to help extinguish fires. Born to Iron Man, not only swimming clubs use pools, but kids and elderly people go there on a daily basis. Sports and healthy reasons indeed. Send them down to the mines. We need more lithium to power our mobile phones and our computers. No, okay, obviously I'm being hyperbolic talking about children and old people mining. Don't be angry. I'm just saying, yes, you're right, but I think there are other ways. In times of drought, I'm not talking about, like, never have a pool. I'm saying, look, we're experiencing a drought in many areas of the world. And the fact that we're saying, don't flush the toilet, but don't take away my swimming pool, I think that's a little ridiculous. Rob's pool experience equals Gumersindo override. Yeah. Dude, I got to the pool, I just got to my happy place. If there's a bar, I'll have a beer and just disappear into my own thoughts. Vero, I always thought it was a fish or a mermaid. I was a fish or a mermaid in my previous life. I feel safer on the water than on the ground. Okay, Vero. And finally, Nessa, I must admit I never use them, so I wouldn't be affected, but banning? Yes, okay, you're convincing me, Rob. All right, one of you at least. Not many of the rest of you. Okay. So I made the argument, here it is, that we should ban pools. We use too much water there. Yeah, it's true. What are my actual feelings on this? Okay, let's do the results of the poll first, Nat. So I made the statement that pools are a waste of water and they should be banned. What did you guys say? A little drum roll? I think it was 76% of you said false. Yeah. No. If you pee, you cannot flush the toilet, but don't touch my pool, bald man. You don't touch that. It's not yours. In a country that does not rain a lot, it should be controlled if pools can be filled. Yeah, me too. I agree with that. Bridge says, I have signed up for gym exercises in the water. It's necessary for my balance. Okay, so let's get into this. You know, I was gonna joke about them being outright banned, but there is some truth here that Pedro from Instagram said. Look, number one, where do you live, right? We live in inland Spain. You know, should we have a pool in every urbanization? You know, in every kind of apartment block, do they need their own pool? You've chosen to live like landlocked, you know, but it is valuable exercise. There is, you know, swimming does exercise muscles that, or it is a complete all-around, all-body workout that does help you keep fit, and that is very important. Even though I don't engage with swimming, I recognize how that's an important part of people's lives. But the kind of pool activities where it's, you know, just a bunch of people throwing a ball around, splashing, is that really for the public good? You know? Oh, no, it keeps the kids cool. Well, you know, get a hose pipe and water them down like you would a beached whale. You know, there are other ways to stay cool in the summer. But I cede my my argument to you guys in the chat. You said 75% false. No, they shouldn't be banned. They're not a waste of water. So essentially my opinion means nothing here. Guys, I secede to your wisdom. Let's go to today's 100 Humans. All right. So you guys win. You guys win. You know, I might not like pools because I am essentially a land mammal here talking to mer people. So you guys win. All right, let's go to today's 100 Humans. It was a long walk to work today, friends, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name the first thing you would do if you were stranded on a desert island. Un isla desértica. Right? Yeah, no. Una isla. God damn it. Claro. Because the rules only work with the A and O when I choose not to use them. That's the real rule in Spanish. Okay, una isla desértica. The first thing you would do if you were trapped on or stranded on a desert island. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers. Isla desierta, says Vero. Okay, thank you. They gave me their answers. I have the top 7 answers right here. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Okay, as always, we go to the Natch first, the Oracle, to drop some wisdom. Natch, what's the first thing you do?
I try to do fire.
You try to make fire. Yeah. Or you can also say to build a fire. Puedes construir un fuego. You know, because I don't know why it's weird. You know, you're making a fire. But you can say make a fire, build a fire. All right, so to build a fire. Is it there? You're the only one who said this, Natch. And it's there. Well done, sir. 10 of the 100 humans said to build a fire. I'm surprised no one in the chat has said find the pool because it's so important to them. How would they live for upwards of a year on a desert island with no pool? Such an important form of exercise, Natch. I'm not bitter about the unpopular opinion. I'm not. Okay, so Mr. Cruzando says find a swimming pool. No, I'm joking. Let's continue. Okay, find shelter, says Nessa. Find shelter. Bridge says find shelter as well. Yeah, look for shelter. Okay. Oh, see, I need to scroll up. You guys are doing great work. So find shelter, build a shelter. The Bridge. Nessa said it first. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Nessa, the Bridge, build shelter or find shelter is there, and it's the number 1 answer. Well done, guys. Yeah. Find shelter or build shelter. 24 of 100 humans said that. Okay, here we go. Pedro says fish. Go fishing. And is there any more like that? Find a source of food, says Born to Iron Man. So fishing. Find food or fishing. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Find food, second most popular answer, friends, with 20 of 100 humans saying the first thing they would do if they were trapped, stranded on a desert island, is find food. All right, let's continue. Nessa, look for drinking water. I want to be trapped on a desert island with Nessa Finessa, Natch. She clearly watches as many survival TV shows as I do. Yeah, first thing you do if you're trapped on a desert island, vote someone out. Okay, so look for drinking water. Fresh water, says Nessa. So does Urs, also says that, look for water. Find a source of drinking water, says Born to Iron Man. Make fire, said Pedro. Sorry, I missed that one. All right. Okay, so those are the people who said to look for drinking water, as Nessa said. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Oh my God, you're killing it, guys. It's actually the 3rd most popular answer. Technically, you should look for water before you find the food, because you'll die of thirst before you die of starvation. But anyway, whatever. Too many survival TV shows. Okay, here we go. let's continue. You guys only have 3 more to get. Okay. We had fishing there, look for water. Mr. Cruzando did say a swimming pool. We need to find the pool in this island. Where is it? Make fire, look for shelter. Look for food and drinking water, said Vero. Make a phone call, said Min. Oh, come on, dude. Imagine you were there without a phone. Pedro said, look for civilization. Look for civilization. You know what? I'm going to give you that. Pedro from Instagram, look for civilization. Well, look, the first thing you would do is look around, right? You'd explore. You'd explore, check out your surroundings, see what you're working with, explore. Whether you're looking for civilization or whatever, you're going to be exploring. So well done, Pedro. 7th most popular answer with 6 of 100 humans saying that. You've got 2 more to go. I'm seeing look for a knife or make a knife or a weapon. Pedro's saying write an SOS in the sand. Rafelka says search for a boat. Ask the cameraman where the toilet is, says Min. That's definitely what you do. I've seen enough survival TV to know that is exactly what you do. I'd probably start reclaiming land until I'm connected to the mainland again, says Min. Create rescue signals. None of those are there, guys. So I'm going to give you some clues. So the 5th most popular answer is an emotional reaction. Okay, it's what you do when you're sad. What do you think it is, Natch?
Cry.
Cry! It's there! I was brought up around toxic masculinity, so I'd make sure I'd first explore the island thoroughly, then go into a cave where no birds or animals can observe me, and then shed one solitary tear. Nessa said cry. Well done. Okay, guys, here we go. Last clue you get to finish this round off. Okay, this is talking to someone who is not there. Usually it's, people in different cultures. It could, this person who you're talking to could be, a variety of different people. He's represented in many ways in many different cultures. Also, the way of talking to this person, this being, is different in many cultures. Quite often, you exhibit people, bowing repetitively while music plays in the background. Sometimes, you're in a big, ostentatious building, in a pew, sat there, silently meditating on questions, never getting an answer, ironically. Woo! Okay, Min has an answer. Urs has the answer. Min also says going insane, which is kind of very similar to this answer. What do you think it is, Natch?
Pray.
Pray! Well done! Would you pray? I wouldn't pray, dude. I may. You know what? I might. I would begin talking to myself. My invisible friend might be gone. Who knows? Builder Wilson, says Pedro. I love it. Okay, guys, you killed it. Min, very funny. Can we get a ProBoh proof for these guys? God.
ProBoh approved.
Killing it, guys. So I asked 100 humans what they would do first if they were stranded on a desert island. In position number
7.
We had explore. They would explore. In position number
6.
Build a fire. In position number
5.
Cry. Llorar. In position number
4.
Was pray. Pray to whatever god you subscribe to. In position number
3.
Find drinking water or fresh water. In position number
2.
Was find food. And finally, in position number
1.
Congratulations to Nessa, the bridge. Build a shelter. Build a shelter. Okay, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news!
Okay, this is complete the news. Sadly, we only have time for one of these. Natch, let's go to Florida. Why not? Okay, so we're going to go to complete the news. I'm going to give you a headline, un titular, but I'm going to leave out some important information. And I'm also going to give you 3 options. Using one of those options, you out there will complete the news. If you are one of the many people watching the show, but too nervous to participate, to write your opinions, I get it. But this, my friends, is your moment. Because the only thing you need to write is A, B, or C. A, B, or C. So simple. Okay. So here's the piece of news. Pedro says, build Wilson out of a ball. Yeah, you got to build a Wilson. If you've never seen the movie... God, what's the name of that movie, Natch? Can you remember, with Tom Hanks? Castaway. Castaway. In English, anyway. Okay, so a Florida man gets a flesh-eating bacterial infection. A Florida man gets a flesh-eating bacterial infection. So una infección de bacterias que comen su carne, básicamente. They eat his flesh. A Florida man gets a flesh-eating bacterial infection after blank bit him. So algo se mordió. Something bit him. And he got this flesh-eating bacterial infection. Was it A, a bat, murciélago? Was it B, a dog? Or C, a relative? Because Florida. Florida man gets a flesh-eating bacterial infection after blank bit him. Was it A, a bat, murciélago? B, a dog, perro, come on, dude. You know this. Or C, a relative, member of his family. Unsurprisingly, most people are saying C. What do you think, Natch?
A.
You think A, a bat? You know, Urs agrees with you. Everybody else is saying C, though, Natch. See how poorly people think of the poor Floridians? It's sad. It's sad to me. Let's peel the lid off this piece of news, Natch. Florida man gets flesh-eating bacterial infection after a relative bit him. Oh, I love it. Again, this piece of news will work its way to my Patreon, but true. A Florida resident developed a severe flesh-eating bacteria after a relative bit him at a family gathering. It was true. All right, friends. Well, remember, I'll be back on Friday with more ProBoh Show. I have to leave you without the show for a few days. I'm sorry. Richard's here to do his. Guys, so many things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing these things, you took the time to spend some time with Natch and I. It means the world. See you next time.